Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Real Football Talk. As always, I have Adil with me today, showing talking about the latest weekend of the Premier League. Adil, how's your week been?
Yeah, as usual, busy.
Busy, busy. Hectic week again, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. But let's get on. Let's start with Arsenal 3-0 win. That makes me happy. So start there. What did you make of that away victory?
Yeah, I kind of predicted it. I had a feeling that Brentford will play into Arsenal's style and Arsenal's game.
Hmm.
Um, from what I've seen of Arsenal, teams that do try and press, try and play, play football. It's what Arsenal are comfortable with. And yeah, just totally dominant game. The Arsenal was superb. They really looked classy. The first game, I felt they had full control of the game from beginning to end.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Um,
Throughout the game.
they look like they've taken a step forward. I mean, there was quite a few times watching the game, it reminded me of the way City play in,
Whoa.
ter- in terms of the way they were controlling the game, in terms of the way they were just winning that ball back, reading everything, suffocating you in your own half. It just really reminded me that, the counter pressing and everything just reminded me of City. There's quite a few times thinking the certain moves that, like, that's exactly how City win the ball back.
Okay. Mm.
So I was quite impressed today. Today was, I think, a big sign, a big warning sign that Arsenal will be thereabouts for quite a long way. I don't think they're going to falter.
Do you know
They'll go quite deep.
the weakness will be obviously the squad depth. Hopefully, if we do get maybe one or two in January, that might help. But that might be where the problem is. If we have injuries out, like Partey was out, it causes a massive issue for us in that midfield because midfield is like
It's like, but just as well that about good 5 weeks of the season is going to disappear through the World Cup, isn't it?
yeah.
So I just think I don't know. They got solutions within the squad. It seems like, especially with the younger players, there is development happening there. Those players are getting more and more confident,
Mm.
and yeah, they just look like in a very good place. The confidence today just looked good. And look at Fabio Vera, just you know, really controlled things, and it's exactly what I thought. He's got that. He's got a bit of Bruno Fernandes in him, similar, like a lot of stuff he does, playing the ball forward, look for balls in behind. He was a
Very
big part
forward
of.
thinking he is, Adil. Very forward thinking. First time obviously watching him full debut at Arsenal.
No, I mean that's what he's renowned for. Like, I mean, he's known like a Bruno Fernandes type of player. Looks to play forward all the time. Looks to play in behind. A risk taker, you know. And
Even with the shot, that was quite far out. I was a bit surprised when he was taking it. Um,
yeah, and I don't know. I just thought it's a highly good performance. The goals were excellent. Mixture of the type of goals as well. It wasn't like one's a corner, the other one's Xhaka clipping it in behind. Um, you know, uh, Loads of other times the build-up play was just excellent. So I just think, yeah, but definitely I would say they will be there, but thereabouts for quite deep into the season. Whether they can sustain it, like I said, maybe the squad ain't there, but you can certainly see Fabio. They're not going to miss Odegaard too much with Fabio Vieira there.
yeah, he filled in his shoes, didn't he? Because obviously Odegaard has been in good form recently, so him missing out, it was a big issue for us. Despite Fabio Vieira stepped in and done very well. Um, Saliba, another goal.
Yeah, it's good header.
Even for that third goal, there was good defending, and he kind of passed it to Vieira, and then obviously it starts off.
Yeah, he looked. He's just playing with so much confidence right now. He's dominating more. He's looking more and more like a physical specimen. Um, but yeah, again, you have to question why Brentford didn't have anyone on the back post. I'm a firm believer in always having someone on the back post. So not necessarily in the front post, but definitely in the back post. And yeah, excellent header. Uh, but again, you just think of all the ways to concede. You don't want to concede to a set piece to Arsenal. You think that's the one area you might be able to control and stop them.
I disagree on that, dude. I'll tell you why. Because even last year, set piece, we've been like whenever we got good delivery, and we've been a real threat, especially with Gabriel.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Arsenal are good. I'm just talking most teams.
Yeah.
Well, when you think about Arsenal, you're more worried about how they're going to open you up.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
general play. You're not going to think that's an area that you should be conceding from.
I get what you mean. Okay. Okay.
And they had two guys there. He walks past Tony and flicks the header in. It's just poor defending. People aren't doing their job,
Yeah.
and yeah, just even today I was really impressed with Martinelli. I think the amount of times he makes he creates forward thrust with his runs and keeping that ball and dribbling. He really keeps the attacking momentum going. Just all around really solid performance.
Yeah. What I mean, we had a Premier League record today. 15-year-old Anwari coming on. I think he got one touch.
Totally waste of headline space, man. Like if you back a player that much and you're gonna make such a noise, yeah, at least give him more than 2 minutes on the pitch.
Yeah.
You literally have got him on an injury time, like I think it was 89th minute, hitting 90th minute. And you're thinking, what is the point of this drama? No, make on top of that, the 3-4 minutes of injury time that they had, Arsenal was still playing that type of football where they're killing the game. They're wasting time. So I'm like, what is the point bringing this kid on when you're still playing, wasting time, keeping the clean sheet mode? Just a headline maker for no reason. No one even knows if he's any good. You're Arsenal man, is he any good? I haven't heard much of him.
He's been playing in the under 18s, I think. He's been playing in the under 18s.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I haven't heard much from that
because obviously Odegaard and everyone been going off. Arteta's been keeping an eye on him since I think he was about 14. So he's been slowly developing, and then obviously he's got a chance to go and play with the first team, and then I don't know. He put him.
Man, it's one of those unnecessary headline grabbers for no reason.
Publicity.
Why even put him on? If you really back youngsters and back his ability, you're 3-0 up.
Yeah,
put him on like the 67th minute or something. Yeah,
put him on earlier.
Put him on earlier, innit?
Show him. Yeah, give him a bit more. Even give him at least 10 minutes, right?
So yeah, I think we've already given it too much airtime, man. Move on. Total headline grabber makes no sense.
Makes absolute sense.
Yeah, you're desperate to have one record. Have it. Take a Blue Peter badge.
We got
the youngest ever player.
We got loads of records. Let's move on to Tottenham. We haven't got much records. What do you make of their 6-2 win? Because from the offset, Adi, it looks like a total dominate. But from what I've watched, it didn't.
I thought Leicester was a better team in the first half.
Mm.
It was quite an open game. Leicester was cutting them open quite a bit. And yeah, it's what the difference is. Individual errors from Leicester. I mean, the second half, you score a deserved equalizer just before half time.
Yeah,
could have even taken the lead. Could have gone in 3-2 up even. And then you start the second half, and then Didi, it's just a joke. Like, how do you make mistakes like that in the Premiership still. And how can you not know how to protect a ball
Yeah.
in the Premiership when you're playing back towards goal? It's strange. So yeah, Leicester trying to get themselves out of trouble by playing attacking football. It's a recipe for disaster. But at the end of the day, when you're conceding and losing that many games, it comes down to the basics. Start with being hard to beat,
Yeah.
and
Getting that clean
um,
sheet.
and in that game, I always felt Tottenham were gonna win eventually by a big margin because of the way Leicester were playing. They're playing very naive, very open, very wide, very, a lot of the times it was two centre backs and then Ndidi in front, and that's everyone else in attacking positions. I mean,
Is this
you're not gonna get over this slump over attacking teams like Spurs who love counter attack anyway. And then you're making individual errors. So yeah, the scoreline flattered to deceive. I think it's Tottenham weren't 6-2 better than Leicester, but maybe in terms of naivety and
in terms of
like
experience, they are 6-2 better. Yeah.
yeah, because Leicester were just immature in the way
Do
they
you do, do
played.
you do you think Adil is just like kind of like there's a lot of suggestion out there, just Rogers just asking to be sacked?
Yeah, and he kind of was saying things like that, and
Even the
then
press conference.
yeah, but that's what I mean. He's saying different things in the post match and then in the press conference. I don't know. He's giving mixed message. So he don't want it. I said that a few weeks ago. I've seen him do this before. It seems like it's the same thing is happening. I
Because
don't know.
what
Either way, uh, I tell you what, the fact that they are still playing Ward in goal, you know, they're just gonna. I
they
mean, the
haven't
guy
been
is just not
they
what
haven't
is
brought anyone
coming.
else in. They haven't brought anyone else in.
One of the worst keepers I've seen in a while. One of the worst keepers I've seen in a while. Every game, the mistakes he's making is just
Some of the goals he should be saving. I'm sorry.
come on, man. Even that first goal from Harry Kane near post, it's traveled all that way and it's going in the near post. It's like it's just too soft. It's way too soft, and yeah, Tottenham got the win. Song came on, stretched the game, scored two, really good goals.
Got
Yeah,
it. That's what I was going to ask you. Son, everyone's been talking about him, how he's been off form and just comes alive, obviously, thanks to Leicester.
yeah, and when he first came on, he still looked like he was trying too hard, trying to do things too quick. But the gaps were just so big that you're gonna get yourself into form, aren't you, with this Leicester
Yeah,
team?
true.
All the goals you have to say, they're just so soft. The goals they conceded, all of them were soft. You Tottenham just playing about however they want.
Mm, mm. And I'm sorry. What do you make of Tottenham overall? Because obviously unbeaten still, 1 point behind Arsenal, looking very strong.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be solid. I'm not convinced by they're winning through a lot of it. It feels like it's mentality. It's not through they've got a style of play that is going to open teams up. It's very much exposing and taking advantage of what the opposition gives you. So I just feel like there's going to be a team or teams out there that don't give you much, and then what's going to happen? So
You
at
see
the
what
moment,
happens,
it's working.
you see what happens. He throws like four wingers or 4-5 attackers on and overload them.
Yeah, and he's got that squad. But let's see. I mean, I'm not 100% convinced in their attacking play, but they are solid.
Mm.
And yeah, let's see where it goes. I mean,
It sets up really well after international break because they come back and obviously Arsenal play Spurs. North London derby. Ooh. Gonna be good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. One team's playing well, and the other team's, got the mentality. So let's see. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You could definitely say Arsenal play the better football.
Yeah, you
But
can already tell how the game's gonna go.
Yeah, yeah.
Arsenal gonna play good football. They're gonna hit us in the counter. Son's probably gonna score, and Kane's gonna get a penalty. It's
You said it.
always happens. Yeah, I don't know how, but always against Tottenham and Harry Kane, we give away a penalty. I am telling you, just watch the games. I hope not, though.
Only thing I'm guided about is we've got to wait until December to find out.
Find out about.
Did you met after the international break?
Yeah,
So I think after the World Cup. Sorry,
so
after the international break. Okay,
yeah,
so
we're
we'll go
going
wait
to international break. The Premier League is going to be back on the 1st of October.
All right, so a couple of weeks. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Damn, you took it way too far.
Yeah, I thought when you said international, I just heard the World Cup. So I thought, well, I was like, right, but that's a good diehard fan. Knows the 60 hours straight after the World Cup.
I haven't got it memorized that much, okay? But let's move on. Man City again, another brilliant victory. Well, started off on fire again. De Bruyne, white ball, great finish from Grealish.
Yeah, and they're not making it look easy though. I mean, so in the Champions League is a laboured, really Dortmund was a better team for large spells of that game. This was probably one of the more convincing ones because they got the goals early. Yeah, and some good, some good football, but Wolves, I have to say, they just got their game plan totally wrong. There's the arrogance about Wolves that was just ridiculous. They actually thought they could outplay Man City in their own game. They're trying to play all this passing and this quick pace football, and I'm just thinking, look, you can't do the City on City. Just you're not gonna play. You're not gonna have more passes than them. You're not gonna play better short passing games than City. You're not gonna play better combination of position play than City. Yeah, it made the game and the first half quite interesting because Wolves were attacking them and they were able to.
They did look good. Wolves.
Yeah, they were able to create chances. But the thing was, if you look at every chance that Wolves had, it was under pressure.
Yeah.
Some defender was pressuring them by that side. Every single time there was City players around pressuring. And that was the biggest difference between the two teams. That when City attacked, Wolves players were nowhere tracking back. It was literally just the back four of Wolves against the City attackers. But then when Wolves attacked, it was the whole team running back.
Yeah.
It was the whole team putting that pressure, sprinting back, closing the gaps. And I don't know if there is a better team where they work so hard to get back into position or get behind the ball than City. I really don't. I mean, it's so impressive to see the way they play and the way they work so hard for each other off the ball.
Yeah.
And they've lost something. The thing is, they've lost what they do in terms of getting back is still impressive. But you can see clearly the press, the counter press up top is not the same. Losing Sterling and Gabriel Jesus will make a difference. Haaland, Mahrez, Grealish, they're never gonna press with that same intensity. So they have lost something in terms of winning the ball back quicker, but they haven't lost the that desire to get back behind the ball.
But they also gain something in having someone like Haaland who will get those goals to take the
Yeah,
game.
I mean,
And
you
you've seen that in the Champions League gets an important goal of Zlatan's finish, and then obviously this one. It surprised me how quickly he took it, and that's what probably caught what's the name? South guard.
no, but
As he was
again, it alludes to the fact that what we've been saying, that when Wolves got the ball, there was Man City players all over. Haaland picks up the ball,
yeah.
and it shows you the reputation he's created now. That those Wolves defenders were hiding. They were running back towards the goal, no way to engage him. But if you look at any facet of the game where you think you got more of a chance against Haaland, it's probably when he picks it up and tries running at you, because
Yeah.
dribbling isn't his strongest trait. Out of all the strengths he has, dribbling isn't one of it. But they're giving him so much respect, and he's earned so much respect already with the way he started the season, that they're all running back for no reason, and they're letting him take on his right foot. So that type of space wasn't given to any Wolves players. And really, that just shows the difference. And I just think, yeah, Bruno Lage just got it wrong. It became a vanity match for him. He was trying to show and prove something that, yeah, they can play the Man City brand of football, and they can do it back to them, and it was just naive. The amount of times they lost the ball in their own half, the amount of times City won it. It's a comfortable win for City.
Yeah. It was a free hit for them, isn't it? Like that. So I mean, it's something they tried. So yeah. What do you what was I going to say? Sorry. That's fine. In terms of City, they're still leading. Do you think Liverpool will catch them or Tottenham?
I don't think anything's a foregone conclusion, because I don't think this City team is as strong as previous years.
Okay.
I don't think that. I feel like the midfield ain't as strong. I feel like Akanji looked good. I'm not gonna lie, he looked really good yesterday.
Yeah.
But
they got Calvin Phillips still out. He's so that'll come and help them a bit more.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think the City teams. It looks like already they're having to grind it out, or rely on Erling Haaland to bail them out. So, I'm not. It's too early to say it's a foregone conclusion. They're looking strong. They started the season strong. Let's see if Liverpool and other teams can put together a big run.
Them and Spurs, the only two teams unbeaten still. So
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't think any of these teams are going to have an unbeaten season.
Let's hope not. But let's move on. Before I wanted to talk about Graham Potter and his signing with Chelsea. What did you make of that?
Yeah, again, another one we predicted. Tuchel under pressure, being erratic, a bit of a madman, and Chelsea pulled the plug. It's a signing that makes sense. I like the fact that a manager who, and it's not, I don't really care whether he's British or not. I just like the fact that a manager who's done well with a club, with other clubs, is not getting the opportunity to manage elite level, because always when you take on a job and you excel and you do better than you're supposed to, you'd expect to move up the ladder. It doesn't always happen. Not every manager who's doing above what they should be ends up getting those opportunities. So in that sense, I like the fact that he's been given a chance.
Does he fit this Chelsea side?
I think in terms of formation tactics, he does.
Well, but the one of the reason was because Todd Bowley, I think he said he wants to play 4-3-3, and that's one of the reasons why he sacked Tuchel apparently, because Tuchel just said no.
I don't believe that to be the case. I mean, it might be true that he wants to play 4-3-3, but that's only because he's speaking to Sterling all day, every day, getting advice from Sterling, because everyone knows Bowley's been talking to the players, and I don't think that's a healthy thing when owners talk to the players. It always undermines the manager doing that. So yeah, that all that means is he's trying to keep Sterling happy and wanting to make everything about Sterling. I mean, why is it to say? I mean, 4-3-3. I don't know. It means you know, Havertz doesn't really have a place in the lineup.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I think Graham Potter doesn't play 4-3-3 anyway, so he plays the exact same system as Tuchel,
yeah.
but in a slower tempo, more possession-based, combination-based way. Tuchel's more about the controlling the game in the counter press, and then getting the ball slightly more directly and faster. So yeah, similar tactics, similar formations, slight difference in the style of play.
I mean,
Yeah, I think I don't know. I like it. It's good to see a good young manager being given the chance to play, actually manage an elite club. I think if he can ride that and get a decent start, I think in the long term he could do well. Simply because when you see him speak, you can't help but be impressed by his intelligence, and you just can't help but think he's intelligent enough to make a good go of this, and to improve that team and to fix things and to kind of make Chelsea have a strong season.
Main thing is, can he buy enough time, isn't it? That's going to be the main question, whether he truly believes in him, because obviously I'm sure when he signed, he'd have probably spoken about those things, about giving enough time for him to embed his ideas onto the team. And it is a new team because they brought in a lot of players during the summer too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They got a lot of the players that Tuchel wanted.
Yeah.
So
whether Tuchel wanted it or whether Todd Bowley wanted it, we don't know.
No, Tuchel definitely had the final say in that. I mean, the moment they went after Aubameyang, you could tell, and not going for Ronaldo. I think more is those type of things and the constant. Tuchel was giving backhanders every single time with the amount he kept talking about Czech and Granovskaya and missing them and the changes. So, he was asking for it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Sad because I liked him. I liked him as a manager. I rate him as a manager. So, he was entertaining.
Yeah,
especially since the takeover. Some of the stuff he was doing in the post-match conference is just funny, yeah.
But he's
I was looking forward to the rematch with Tottenham so much. Now it's like, damn.
We might see it in the Tyson Fury AJ fight. Undercard. What do you make the other way? Basically, Brighton appointing Roberto Di Zerbi, former Sassuolo manager.
Yeah, he's a. I'm surprised by the appointment, because Brighton seem to go with. They do their homework. They know they clearly do the scouting well. They know, but it never feels like too much of a risk. And this one does feel like a bit of a risk, even though De Zerbi's got an excellent record. Done amazing with Sassuolo, had them playing excellent stuff. Got quite a few of the players into the Italy squad, Berardi and all of them. So plays, good attack football. He loves the 4-3-3. Does sometimes they 4-2-3-1. Done well with Shakhtar. So, but it just seems like a bit more of a risk. The fact that there's no experience in or championship, at least in the British leagues. At least with Graham Potter, he had Swansea. He was successful with them before they took him on. So I don't know. I'm surprised they went with Francesco De Zerbi. He's very highly rated. They play good attacking football. It'll be interesting to see, innit? It'll be interesting to see if he adapts.
Yeah, that's the only question mark. Who else would you have said they should have gone for? I think they were saying about Steve Cooper at one point.
Yeah.
Steve Cooper and Nathan Jones as well.
See, like with the Steve Cooper one, that would be in line with what they've done with Graham Potter, taking him from Swansea and things like that. So, yeah, that's why I said I was a bit surprised they went with De Zerbi, but he's a good manager, highly rated, very highly rated.
All depends.
He's overachieved everywhere he's been. Let's see if he can adapt and understand quickly the nuances and the differences of the Premier League.
Yeah. It'll be good. It'll be good to see how Brighton do without Graham Potter and how Graham Potter does at Chelsea at the same time. How we build them up. Do you want to talk about your beloved Nottingham Forest and Steve Cooper? Another loss.
Yeah, I mean they're struggling, isn't it? They're struggling to gel. I think that's the style of football they're playing is a problem. It's a bit direct. It's lacking control. They don't play through the phases. So yeah, they're struggling, but I still believe the players they signed are good players. I still believe eventually
they will gel.
Steve Cooper will get them gelling and playing and understanding the system and everything properly. So not worried about them, but yeah, it's disappointing to lose to your true promotion rivals.
Yeah, back to back
3-2.
That's the one. Yeah. Oh well. Anywho, thank you, Adil. On that, guys, thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and as always, see you next week.